In today's episode, I've come to speak to Inner Circle member Tom Pickering. Only 8 years ago, Tom set his business up with a very small investment where he purchased one van. Now, 8 years later, Tom has built and grown and morphed his business into one of the UK's fastest growing event waste management companies. And I'm here today at Tom's offices to find out how he's done it, what are some of the challenges he's faced, and how the EBA has helped him to grow his business.
Hello, Clearance and Cleanup, Rachel speaking.
Hey Tom, how are you? You alright? Thank you. So Tom, thank you so much for inviting me to Clearance and Cleanup today. Very briefly Tom, tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
We're a rubbish removal and property clearance company covering the whole of Yorkshire, anything from a single item through to multiple truckloads. Like I say, anywhere in Yorkshire, same day, next day service really.
How did the business start off?
I'd left the Navy, I had a small amount of money, 1,500 quid, bought a van and just started really. So yeah, it started from there.
So man in a van?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And how long were you sort of like a man in a van for? Because clearly you're not that now, so how long did that last for?
Probably about 2.5 years. Obviously if we got any jobs in that were slightly bigger and did need a second pair of hands, I was relying on sort of friends and family to help out.
Yeah. And then I presume your reputation started to grow, your marketing kicked in?
Yeah, pretty much.
You started taking more business on?
Yeah.
Right, so you've grown your business over that time. How many members of staff do you have now then?
We're currently at 9.
9? That's a big growth in such a short period. And so how many vans do you have out on the road then, collecting your waste and your removal?
We have four trucks out every day, so pretty much any one time you'll have a couple in South Yorkshire, one in West Yorkshire, quite often one in North Yorkshire.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And I know you've got a varied range of services that you offer, because I've used you as a business. I've used you. So I know you do the house clearances and things like that, but you also do the bigger projects, don't you, with the commercial projects? Tell us about some of them.
We do anything from offices, factories. We look after a lot of festivals. So obviously, as a few people know, we've looked after tram lines, and we look after quite a lot of smaller ones as well, all the way through. So it's providing everything from the bins to the bin wagons to the road sweepers. We just offer a full package to the events and the festivals really. That's one side of it that we are growing.
So Tom, it's great to see you growing your business the way that you have done already, but along that way you must have had a challenge or two maybe. So are you happy to share some of them with us?
There's a few, but one that stands out is marketing. Without marketing, you can't attract your customers, and I think that we didn't have it quite right at the beginning.
Yep.
But over the last sort of 12 months, I think we've about got it where it needs to be. We're attracting the maximum amount of customers, and more importantly, the right type of customers.
Yeah, and I think marketing, it's the one thing that does bond every business, regardless of industry and sector. Why did you get it wrong? What was the problem originally?
I think it was just trying to sort of blanket it really, trying to do too much of it, but trying to do it to everybody rather than sort of, scaling it down and making sure that it was targeted marketing rather than just sort of trying to market to everybody.
So Tom, you've been a member of my Inner Circle coaching programme for 18 months now. So how has that helped you overcome some of the challenges like your marketing?
I think the first bit was we got a strategy in place. We then had a state-of-the-art website built with all the bits that you'd taught us to have on there, such as your video testimonials, reviews from customers, making sure it was clear, plenty of content on there. We then implemented a social media strategy. We're doing quite a lot of Facebook advertising now, which we never did.
Yep.
And we're still doing the pay-per-click, but we're now doing it more targeted, and we're measuring it a lot more.
And you know who your target market is?
Yeah.
So Tom, from the investment into the Inner Circle and website, systems and team, and no doubt your overheads have gone up, what positive impact is this having on your business?
Well, in the first 12 months of implementing the stuff from the Inner Circle, we'd added about 200 grand to our turnover.
Wow.
And after 18 months, which is the stage that I'm at now, our turnover from 18 months goes up about 400,000.
400 grand
Yeah.
in 18 months.
Up, yeah.
Wow, that's a phenomenal, staggering amount of turnover that's gone up. Now I know, Tom, that as part of your expansion plan, you're already moving into other major cities
Yeah.
with clearance and clean-up. So tell us about the bigger plan for you.
I think obviously we've been into West. We've always worked in West Yorkshire, but we've had a van there permanently for the last 2 months, and that's going really well. And once we get that sort of boxed off, that'll have us covering the whole of Yorkshire every day.
Yep.
And then we can just look to replicate it. You know, we might look at other major cities, whether that's Manchester or Birmingham, but I think we can just take what we're doing in Leeds and West Yorkshire and replicate it to move into other cities. But we'll see how it goes.
So Tom, I know you've invested heavily into your marketing and systemising your business to make sure your customers' experience is the best it can be. How's the coaching helped you put the right systems in place?
Yeah, traditionally, if somebody was phoning up to book a service like us, they'd be getting a man in a van, answering it on a mobile phone, jotting it down on a scrap of paper. We've invested heavily in our website, in our 24/7 booking system. They can book at a time that is convenient to them.
Yep.
The vehicles have all got trackers in them. The customer is kept up to date with alerts, so they know when the team is coming. And we've just tried to make it as convenient and pain-free as possible.
Yeah, and I know that works because I booked you, didn't I? I booked your company and I mystery shop you under an alias name to come to my house and clear. You know, we got all the updates, but you know that's phenomenal. That's systemising your business, ready for your expansion plan.
The systems are a big thing because I know from experience that we're probably getting 20% more jobs done than other companies that don't have the same systems in place, because it allows us to be slicker. It allows us to cut down on travelling time. But yeah, the systems have really helped.
Tom, in any business, industry or sector, there are always people that want things doing cheap. Why should people use a company, a professional company such as you?
People just like to know who's coming to the door sometimes. You know, all of our guys are in uniform, the CRB checked, They provide you with the correct paperwork, the waste transfer note, to make sure you're covered from a legal point of view. So yeah, I think people just want to know who they deal with and just don't want strangers around the house.
Yeah, and they trust you.
Yeah.
Tom, over the next 12 months, what are you looking forward to most?
Well, over the last 12 months, we've invested heavily into the systems and websites, which have set the foundations in place and allowed us to move into other major cities. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing that grow and releasing some of the profit for us to spend as a family.
As your coach, I'm absolutely over the moon and delighted for you on how far your business come. I know you've invested heavily, time, effort and money into growing your business. So well done on that, and here's to your continued success over the next 12 months.
Cheers.
Well
Thanks.
done, Tom.